Aloha and welcome to the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. I am your host, Murph. I hope everybody's had a good week out there. And I hope that you're not dealing with too much cold weather and snow with my friends on the mainland. It was funny because somebody texted me and said, "Hey, I heard you guys have a blizzard warning." And I'm like, no, we don't get snow here on Oahu. Now, over on the Big Island, Mauna Kea is a volcano over there. It does get snow because the elevation is so high. And apparently that's where the blizzard warning was over on Mauna Kea. And it's pretty cool. You can look at pictures of it. If you go to Google and Google it, Mauna Kea, it's Maunakea, two separate words, and put snow or whatever, and it'll show pictures of it. Gets pretty snowy up there. They get a lot of snow sometimes. So, but other than that, it's been good this week. It's been raining the last couple of days, so that put a damper on some golf stuff. But an even bigger issue that put a damper on my golf this past week was I woke up Monday, getting ready to go to the Beach Boys golf last Monday, and I had this pain in the middle of my back, right between my shoulder blades, and I couldn't turn my head left or right very far. It was so painful. And I've had that situation before, and it's usually from having a rib out on the backside of your rib cage. So I made an appointment. The guy that used to be my chiropractor here, he moved back to the mainland, Dr. Poulain. So I had to find a new place. So I called around a couple places trying to see who would take my insurance. And I found this place, and I went Wednesday for my appointment, and he did some checking and said, yeah, your right hip is a little messed up. And so he worked on that. And then he said, yeah, you do have a rib out on your back. So he adjusted that. And when he adjusted it, something in the front popped. And I thought he broke a rib. It hurt so bad. It was so painful. So he had me sit up and then turn over and lay on my back, and he checked my rib cage, and he was like pressing in certain areas, and he was like, does that hurt? And I go, no. And I go, it hurts right here. And I pointed to the area, and he said, well, if you had a broken rib, me doing this right here would cause you to scream out in pain. And so he goes, it's not broken. More than likely what happened is you had your muscles between your ribs are called the intercostal muscles. And I can't remember the term he used because I was in such pain that I wasn't really paying too much attention. But he said when one of these muscles is something, he used this word and I don't remember what it is, and I adjust you, then it can cause it can cause a small tear in your muscle or whatever. And so he said, that's probably what you have. And he goes, but you don't have a break, a fractured rib, because you would be in a great amount of pain. And it was painful. Maybe I was just trying to act too tough for him. But anyhow, that happened on Wednesday, and I woke up and I could hardly move. It was so painful. And it's in my left side of my chest, kind of down a little bit. And of course, my friends had some smart comments and stuff like that, which I'm not going to repeat. But anyhow, it's caused me an issue this week where I've only been able to go into work a couple of days this past week, and I haven't been able to work with Troy and Shep at all at night because it hurts, like I said, even to move, and I can't really pick anything up that's any weight to it. So anyhow, I've been dealing with that pain for this past week, and still dealing with it. Actually, I still have the issue. So. And it's weird. I kind of looked up how long it could take to heal, and they're saying it could take 5 to 7 weeks. I don't know if I can go 5 to 7 weeks without playing any golf. I've already missed. We had a VGA tournament this past week, and I'll go over that here in a second. But I've already missed that tournament. I missed last Monday's Beach Boys golf. This Monday's Beach Boys golf got canceled because we've had so much rain the last 2 days, and they were expecting 100% rain today, so we didn't have it. But anyhow, that's been my week. It has been a rough one. I wish this thing, I don't wish this pain on anybody. It's it hurts so bad, even to cough or to laugh. I had one of the guys at work last night was like, joking around and cracking jokes. And I was laughing. I was like double over in pain. I'm like, don't make me laugh, man. It hurts so bad to laugh. And then today I've been coughing, and holy cow, it feels like somebody's shoving a knife in my chest. So anyhow, enough about that. The FIA tournament, I know last week only a couple of guys played, I believe. And so I believe Joe P still has the belt. I don't think they played yesterday because, like I said, it's been raining here for the last couple of days. And so I believe Joe P still retains the belt for the FIA. Beach Boys, like I said, we canceled. They canceled Sunday night, actually. Steve sent a text out to everybody that we were not going to play because it was 100% rain expected for today, which it has been. And we were going to be playing the course right behind my house, Hawaii Prince. And there's no way we could play. It's been raining the entire day. And last night it rained. So not only that, but I'm not a big fan of cart path only. I don't like playing, when it's only cart path only. Number one, I can't really, when it is cart path only, I try to hit my ball towards the cart path so I don't have so far to walk. And it's not the matter of how far to walk, but knowing, having to take so many clubs, you don't know what exactly you need till you get over there and shoot the yardage. So I don't like playing cart path only golf, but obviously we've done it in the past. Other than that, we had a VGA tournament Saturday, which was played at Elba Beach Golf Club. And I wasn't there, and I normally run the skins for that tournament and the closest to the pins, but I wasn't there, so Troy had to take over and do it since I wasn't there. And he just dropped the stuff off to me because he's getting tired of getting all these emails and texts about where the people's money's at and all that. So they're going to be sending me that stuff, and I'll get all that stuff paid out. But I don't have any results as to who won or who shot anything. I know there were 7 skins out that paid $50 each, and I believe the greenies paid $75 each. So next tournament, VGA tournament, is next Saturday, this coming Saturday, and I believe it's right here at Hawaii Prince. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's right here at Hawaii Prince. And like I've said in the past, if anybody is interested in playing on the VGA, you only have to have been a military member. Either you could be retired, you could be a veteran where you serve time, or you could be active duty. Or if you have a family member that was in the military. We do have a family member division. So if you guys are interested in joining that, go to VGA, the VGA website, Veterans Golfers Association website, and you can sign up there. And then you can get a hold of our local director here, and they'll get you set up. It's a great time. It's a good cause. We're trying to get the guys out so that, there's a lot of suicides in the military community from PTSD and that kind of stuff. So this is an outlet for them to get out and get together with friends and play golf and have a good time. It is a competition, but that's not the reason why it was set up. It wasn't set up to be like that's the main focus is the competition. The main focus is the camaraderie and the building up of relationships with other people so that, everybody stays healthy and safe. So also same thing with the Beach Boys. If you guys are interested in playing with the Beach Boys, just go to the website, beachboysgolfclub.org, and you can sign up there. There's a place where you can contact us, shoot me an email, and we'll get you signed up to play there. We play every Monday. You don't have to play every Monday, but we play every Monday, and it's a good time. A bunch of good guys and girls, and we'd love to have you out there to come out and play with us on Mondays. So other than that, let's take a short break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. PGA news. We had the Hero World Challenge. They play that in the Bahamas. It's Tiger Woods' tournament, and I've mentioned this guy's name in the past, and to watch out for him, that I thought he was going to do good. And that's Viktor Hovland. Shot a 6 under 66 on the last day to rally from 6 shots back of Colin Morikawa to win the tournament. 6 shots back. And I didn't watch the tournament, but I saw some highlights, and Morikawa he blew up. And I've said this about him before. Me and some other guys have had some discussions about Morikawa and how good he is, and that we think he's really, really good, and that the only issue that he's had in the past has been his putting. And I think even he has mentioned that before in interviews, that he needs to work on his putting. And sure enough, his putting is what let him down in this tournament. He had 3 birdie chances within 10 feet, and he missed all of them. And then he hit a couple of bad shots, and that's all it takes is for you to play like that and miss those opportunities that somebody's able to rally back and win the tournament. And that's what Hovland did. Hovland's 3rd win for this year. So, and like I said before, he's the one to watch. I'm sure he's just starting to come in. I think he's only like 24 years old. So, I mean, the guy is good. And so is Collin Morikawa, obviously. Like I said, it's just that in this tournament and tournaments in the past, his putting has let him down. And that's exactly what happened in this tournament. So, congratulations to Viktor and his win at the Hero World Challenge. The next tournament up is the QBE Shootout. And this is kind of an interesting tournament because the QBE Shootout is a 2-person team event. It's kind of like a mini Ryder Cup type thing. They'll have 12 2-person teams, and they're going to play it at Tiburon Golf Club in Naples, Florida. And they play 3 rounds. So there's 54 holes to determine the winning team, and there's no cut. So the purse for that tournament is like $3.6 million. And the power rankings for this tournament, they have listed number 1, Harris English and Matt Kuchar. And they've won this tournament 3 times, and they're the defending champions. So they're listed as number 1 as winning this tournament. Number 2 is Sam Burns and Billy Horschel. And number 3 is Jason Kokrak and Kevin Na. So I'm not sure exactly how they end up with the teams. I don't know if the players pick their partner or if there's some other way that they come up with those teams. I don't know how they do that. But anyhow, those are the 3 power rankings teams that are expected to do well and possibly win this tournament. So on Friday, they're going to play a traditional scramble. And so both players will get to 2 swings from the same spot until either hole's out. Excuse me. So that is the scramble, obviously. You hit your balls and then you pick your best spot and you get 2 swings from there. Saturday will be a modified alternate shot format where each golfer will tee off on every hole, but will alternate finishing the hole with the same ball. So obviously whoever tees off, the next person hits the next shot, then the other guy hits the next shot, and so on until they hole out. And then on the finishing round on Sunday, that will be a 4-ball event where each team member plays his own ball, and the lowest score recorded for each player will be the team score for that hole. So, if say it's me and Troy, and I take a 5 and he takes a 4, our team score is a 4. Kind of also known as like best ball. Some people get best ball and scramble screwed up. A best ball tournament it's usually a 2-man team. You play your own ball all the way through the hole, and then whoever has the best score, that's the score you take for your team. Best ball. A lot of people get that confused with scramble because they think that everybody tees off and then you pick the best ball and you hit that shot. That's a scramble. It's different than a best ball tournament. So anyhow, it'll be interesting to see who wins that tournament. It looks like Harris English and Matt Kuchar is the team to beat, though. Those guys are 3-time winners, so we'll see how that ends up. Korn Ferry, obviously there's no action yet. The season hasn't started, but it's getting close. And I'd really like to, I'm going to shoot a text out to Brent Grant to see if I can get him on the podcast, and maybe even try to get Jared on. I just got to find somebody that's got his number. I don't have Jared's number. And try to get those guys on and talk about the upcoming season for the Korn Ferry Tour. So other than that, it's going to be an interesting season. Hopefully Brent does well and gets his card. Hopefully they both do. I hope Jared also has a good season. Like I said, I don't know exactly what his status will be with his finish at Q School, but hopefully they'll both get to play and do well this year. Let's take another short break, and we'll be right back. If you haven't heard the new C Money Baby album yet, you're missing the best thing to come out of Ohio since Jim Tressel. Smart Boy, Dumb Decisions is a look into the life of C Money Baby, lately filled with loss, pain, struggle, and danger. The Gem City rapper gives you high energy bangers and deep introspective slow jams. To check out the album, just search up C Money Baby. Don't forget the baby on your favorite streaming platform or visit www.smartboystudios.com. Also, don't forget, Corey Gossett is dropping a song every single week this year. Stay up to date by following him on Spotify or Apple Music by searching Corey Gossett, or look him up on Instagram or Twitter under @KidWhoCameBack. Head to www.smartboystudios.com to stay up to date on new music, new videos, and any upcoming events. If you'd like to support Smart Boy Studios and their artists, head to threads.smartboystudios.com and check out the merch. They have hats, hoodies, shirts, and more. All right, welcome back, everybody. Hey, so I had another guy ask me, and I've talked about this in the past. Had another guy ask me the other day about a practice routine and what I do to practice for a tournament. And I kind of told him, well, when you have a tournament coming up and you want to practice for it, I focus mainly on chipping and putting. I spend the majority of my time doing that, not on the range hitting drivers or whatever. I chip and putt a lot. And the reason for that is that's where your scoring comes. That's where your scoring is going to come from, is your chipping and putting. If you can hit it 300 yards, but you can't hit it on the green, or you can't chip, get up and down if you do miss the green, then you're not going to score well. So that is the main thing that you need to focus on when you are practicing, is chipping and putting. Like I said, I spend the majority of that time chipping. If I'm at the practice range for 3 hours, 2 hours of it is chipping and putting. And then an hour I'll go hit irons and then finish up with hitting driver. You gotta practice, first off, you got to practice where your weakness is. And that's another reason why during play, I will keep my stats as far as fairways in regulation, greens in regulations, and putts. So if I'm missing, and I even draw a little arrow as to the direction, I even draw a little arrow towards the direction that my ball went on my drive. That way I can see if I'm missing right, then I need to correct that. And that's what I need to work on. If I have a lot of putts, then obviously I need to work on my putting. If I don't have a lot of green and regulations, I need to hit some irons. What's the yardage, that I'm missing the green at the most? And that's the irons that I'll hit, or the wedges that I'll hit. So you gotta make good time of your practice time and work on the things that you're weak at in your game. Now, for a tournament, if I show up at the driving range for a tournament, I'm not hitting balls to work on anything. I'm hitting balls to get loose. Say I'm hitting my driver and I'm hitting a little bit of a fade that day. Every driver that I hit at the range, there's a little bit of fade. I'm not going to sit there and try to fix that. That's the shot I'm going to play for the day. I'm going to hit it just like that and play a little fade. I'm not going to sit there and try to work on it right before a tournament. Now, my next session, when I go back to practice, I'll start working on getting my hands through more or rotating more, getting that fade out of my shot if that's not the play I want to make. Obviously, that's another thing. If you have a fade hole, then that's perfect. You got a dog leg right. I'm right-handed, so that little fade will be perfect for me. If it's a dog leg left, then if I'm going to hit a draw, then I either have to set up for a draw, which I change by my feet, the alignment of my feet. That's how I hit a draw. Some guys do it with their hands. Some do it with their alignment. But I do it with my feet and how I line up with my feet in my swing path. But if that day I'm hitting fades, then that's how I'm just going to play it. I'm going to aim a little more left and hit a fade to try to keep it in play in the fairway. So you have to work on the things that you show your weaknesses are in. And like I said, chipping and putting is the main thing. Spend more time doing that than you do on anything else. Yeah, you got to hit irons and drivers and woods, metal woods off the at the range also, but that shouldn't be your primary focus. Spend more time doing the chipping and putting than doing the other thing. and you'll notice that your scores will start coming down. If you're able to get up and down and make par instead of making bogey or double bogey, you're going to score better. So work on that. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great week out there. I am going to get ready to get out of here. I'm sorry that I missed out on last week, but like I said, I was dealing with that rib thing, and it's still killing me. So I'm going to get off of here. I hope everybody has a good week. To my friends out there on the mainland in the cold weather, I'm sorry that you guys aren't going to be able to play, but if you are still playing out there, hit them straight, hit them long, but don't hit them often. Aloha, everyone.